Then, so now what we have to do is we have to display the applied filters over here. So whenever we are applying the filters, you should able to see those applied filters over here. What are the filters that it's been applied? Okay, so we have to display that section now. So in order to do that, what we have to do is, so let's get back over here. In the page.csx, this is the place where we need to display those applied filters. So let's go here, and what we have to do is, so let's say applied filters. Okay, so this is going to be, let me inside here, let's say applied filters.tsx, and make sure this as the use client. All right, now it is marked as a use client one. Okay, so now here what we need to do is we need to display all those filtered params one by one, after that one by one over there. Okay, so for instance, if you search for over here, see if I'm searching for UI, you should be able to see here like you searched for UI, something like that. It's displaying the text like that. Okay, so what we have to do is first we have to fetch all these search params one after another. So in order to do that, let's say RAFC applied filters. So here I'm gonna import that one, import it, save it. Okay, so you should be able to see that applied filter section right now. So now what we have to do is let's import certain objects first. Const path name is equals to use path name from next navigation. Then const router is equals to use router from next navigation. Then const search params from use search params from next navigation. These are the things. Then I need to get all the current params. So const current params is equals to, let's use the object as a default constructor, object constructor from entities. I'm going to convert everything into an object. Search params dot entries. Okay, let's convert all the search params into an object. Okay, so next what we need to do is we need to display all those things. Okay, so let's separate the shift timing and the working mode params, everything is a separate one. So const shift timing params is equals to object dot from entries, open it, enter. So here I'm going to say object dot entries, open it, supply the current params inside, and then use the filter method. Then let's get the key alone. So let's get the callback function over here, and inside here I'm going to destructure that array and I'm going to get that key alone. Then I'm going to use that key if the key is equals to shift timing. So what we have to do is get back over here, shift timing, this is the param key. Okay, this is the key of that parameter whatever we are using. So we are going to get that key. Okay, and it's going to contain that particular shift params values alone, the array alone, that particular array alone. I'm going to copy this, copy and paste it, and I'm going to change this to working mode params. Okay, and over here you need to supply the work mode. So you will have the work mode alone over here. Okay, so if there is no search param itself, if there is no search params itself, if the search params size is equals to 0, then all we have to do is to return. Now we don't want to return anything. Only if there is a search param, we are supposed to display something. Okay, so here let me bring the React fragments, create a div, class, margin top, of course it's going to be 4, flex item setter gap, it's going to be 4, and here. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to display the shift param over here. So if I have the shift timing params, then what I need to do, I need to get the object dot entries, open it, supply the shift timing params into it, then use the map, open it, open the callback function and value. Inside this value parameter, function parameter, I need to supply the key and the value. Okay, and here now bring a React fragments. So let's open it. I need to get the value first because value is an array, so I need to split it. So value is a string which is going to be looks like for full time comma like part time comma whatever it is. It's going to be the string will be splitted by using the comma. So we are going to split it by using comma, then that is going to return an array. Then I'm going to use the map function to get that one by one item out of it. Then I'm going to render it. Here I'm going to display a button. So I'm going to bring a button at from UI components, and inside here I'm going to display the item. Okay, so the key for this button, it's going to be the item itself. Okay, and the class name, which is going to be flex item center gap x, it's going to be 2, and text it's going to be neutral 500, px it's going to be 2, py it's going to be 1, rounded it's going to be medium, then bg purple it's going to be 500, and sorry, not, let me enable the word wrap so you can see it clearly. So bg it's not going to be 550 by 80. Then border, we need to keep the border as purple to 100. Then we need to capitalize each and everything, then it should be cursor as the pointer. Okay, this is how. And then finally you should make it type as the button, and when you're hovering it, I need to make sure the bg 50/90 or 40 something, or let's say bg purple 50 itself. Okay, and the variant of the button, it's going to be outline. Okay, so this is the shift timing, right? So let's say if I enable full time, okay, so I didn't display. Okay, I displayed it, but still it is not showing anything. It's working schedule, remote, nope, full time. Why it is not displaying anything over there? Wait a minute. Let me display some text. Okay, so now it's displaying. I'm not sure why. See, full time, and if you apply part time over there, you should get the part time as well as. Okay, so now it's displaying the text over there. Okay, so okay, we have to do the same thing for what? For the working mode as well as. So I'm gonna copy this. And then right after here, I'm gonna paste that shift timing as instead of shift timing, I'm gonna paste that working mode params. Save it. And now if you apply a remote, there we go. You should be able to see that remote. Okay, so it is being applied. If you apply full time, that should include the full time as well as. So now you should be able to see what are the filters that it's being applied. If you click it, it is going to be removed from there. So user have the look what are the filters that he he or he applied. Okay, so now what we need to do is, so right after this division, I need to display a text. If there is, if the search params dot get, if it is contains that title, then I'm gonna render a div with a class name, flex item center, justify center, flex column, and my margin top and bottom as 4, and I'm going to display an h2 tag with the text size as text 3xl. Okay, then text muted as 400. Inside here, u searched for colon, and over here we're going to bring a span tag. Inside the span tag, we're going to display that search params dot get that title. We're going to display that title, and the span tag needs to be bold, font bold, text neutral 900, and capitalize. Save it. Okay, so now if I'm searching for a graphic or something, I should be able to see you searched for graphic, something like this. Okay, this is, it need to be an empty string. Okay, so now you should be able to see the empty space over there. All right, so whenever you clear it, you will not able to see that particular text over there. Now one thing that we have to bring and display is the category ID. Over here we need to bring and display the category ID. So in order to bring your category ID, first you need to fetch the category name and all the categories, and you need to supply that categories inside here. We do already have the category. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a prop interface, applied filters, open it, let's say categories, which is going to be the category array. Then let's destructure those categories from applied filters, props. It should be props, and here also it should be props. Now here you need to supply the categories, which is going to be the categories. Okay, so now we have the categories inside. Now what I need to do is, I need to display the categories over here, right? So we need to display the categories. So now we have that categories. So now what we have to do is just exactly the same stuff what we did over here. So I'm gonna copy this over here, and I'm going to paste it straight away over here. Instead of this working mode, I'm just going to say search params dot get, open it. Then I need to supply the category ID. There we go. So this is not supposed to be the object entries, so we don't need these at all. Delete it. And we don't need this. All right, and we don't need the key. And over here I'm just going to display that search param dot category ID. Copy it, display it, save it. So now you should be able to see it's displaying this as the category ID over here, something like this. But we don't want to display it as the category ID, right? So what we have to do is, in order to display this as a category name instead of this, that's the reason we got all the categories inside over here. See, by using this parameters, the props. So what I'm going to do is, right after here, I'm going to create a function in order to get that category name. So let's say const get category name is equals to, open it, and this function is going to receive a category ID, which is as a string. as a string, then enter, and here const category is equals to categories dot find. We're gonna find that specific category, extract every single category out of it if the cat dot id is equals to the category id. Okay, so the category id which is in this particular category id, is that says so, then we need to return that category only if it is there, or else we'll just return that empty category id itself. Okay, this is what, and I'm going to copy this now, and where we are displaying it, here it is. This needs to be supplied inside the get category name function like this. Okay, so only if it is there we need to display it. Okay, so we are getting this type error because there is a possibility of this category ID might be null. So in order to fix this, either it can be a string or it can be a null. Okay, so now if you check this out, there we go. So now we don't have that issue. Now if I click this one more time, that is going to be removed. There we go. So now we displayed all the applied filters over there. Okay, perfect. So let's have a quick recap over here. So we finished. Now if I click this home, this is not going to display anything. So if I click the search, it is going to display all these things, and I can filter it by the dates, whatever I want. So let's say if I want to display the last week data, I can able to display the last week data, and I can filter it whether it is full time. There we go. Then I can display only the remote. Okay, we don't have the remote data. Let's remove the remote, and I need only the office. Okay, so we do have the office record, and I need the freshers. Nope, we don't have freshers, and I need 0 to 2 years of experience. There we go. Okay, and this is how you can apply the filters based on the the date or the work schedules, working mode, experience, and including the category. So we have the multiple option categories, so multi-option filters, which is included successfully, and now it's working perfectly. Now all we have to do is to, when I click this job, I need to take the user to that specific job ID details where the user can able to apply for the job and all those things. All right, so now let's go ahead and start doing that.